Have you ever felt invisible to someone you care about? As if no matter what you do, they simply do not value your presence? It is a frustrating, even painful, external circumstance. But here is a Stoic truth. The more you chase what is outside your control, the more you devalue what is within your control, your own character. However, there is a simple, rational correction that shifts everything. Try this, and observe what happens. When someone stops valuing you, the signs are often subtle. Delayed responses, canceled plans, a clear disinterest. Over time, you begin to feel like an afterthought. It is human to seek connection, but when we give our attention to those who do not return it, we drain our most precious resource, our own peace of mind. And here's the mistake many make. They try even harder. They double their efforts to prove their worth, hoping the other person will finally see their value. But this rarely works. Instead, you must do something that feels counterintuitive, but is supremely logical. If someone does not value you, stop offering your presence as a gift. Instead of trying to win them back, you must perform the Stoic pivot. Take a step back. Withdraw your attention. Shift your focus to what is truly yours, your own actions and judgments, and observe. This isn't a trick. It is a fundamental principle of value. In economics, it's called scarcity. But in Stoicism, it's called respecting the dichotomy of control. When you freely give your attention to someone who does not value it, your presence becomes common, expected, and ultimately ignored. When you withdraw, your absence creates a space. And in that space, they may finally be forced to assess the value of what is now gone. However, this pivot is not primarily about them. It is about you. It is about redirecting your energy inward. Ask yourself the hard Stoic questions. Why did I assent to the belief that my happiness depends on this person's approval? Why am I seeking value from a source that is external and unreliable? The answers often reveal a mistaken judgment, that our worth is determined by others. This pivot is not about manipulating them into valuing you again. It is about freeing yourself from the prison of needing their validation. When you invest in your own character, you radiate a natural self-respect that is far more compelling than neediness. At first, stepping back may feel uncomfortable. You may fear losing them completely. But here's the reality, as viewed through a Stoic lens. If your absence makes no difference to them, your presence was merely an illusion you held for yourself. And if they do start noticing and making an effort, it is because they have been confronted with the reality of their own indifference. Either way, you gain clarity. You win back your peace. Why does this work? Because reason respects what is rational. The moment you stop seeking their approval, the dynamic changes. You are no longer a supplicant. You are a self-contained entity. A core Stoic teaching is that suffering comes from faulty judgments. When we cling to people who don't value us, we are judging that their approval is a good and their disapproval is a bad. By letting go, we correct this judgment. We reclaim our tranquility. This is not about playing games. It is about self-respect. When you pull back, one of two things will happen. They recognize the value of what they've lost and make a rational effort to reconnect. They do not, which confirms your initial assessment was correct, and your withdrawal was the only logical course of action. Either way, you win, because you are no longer wasting your energy on an unprofitable investment. Instead of focusing on someone who ignores you, invest that energy in your true self. Work on your virtues. Dive into your duties. Strengthen your character. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you start valuing your own rational mind above all else, others will naturally begin to see you through a lens of respect. And most importantly, you will no longer be dependent on anyone's validation to feel whole. This simple pivot, withdrawing from the uncontrollable and focusing on the controllable, often leads to a surprising outcome. The person who once took you for granted may suddenly start noticing you again. But here is the most powerful part. By then, you may realize you no longer require their validation. You have fortified your inner citadel, and whether they return or not, you are already free. At the core of Stoic wisdom is the idea that your worth comes from your character, not from external approval. As Epictetus taught, your primary duty is to keep your own ruling faculty in accordance with nature. If someone does not value you, it is not your job to convince them. It is your job to value your own peace and walk away from anything that threatens it. So the next time you feel unappreciated, try the Stoic pivot. Step back, refocus on your own virtue, and observe what happens. You will be amazed at how your inner world begins to change. If this message helped fortify your mind, subscribe for more wisdom on life and self-mastery. Don't forget to like and share to help others on their journey.